Okay, I'd like to welcome everybody to the 2008 Candidates Forum. I'd also like to welcome the citizens of Londonderry, our panelists from the press here, and of course the candidates themselves. For this first round, we'll do the town council candidates. We'll be going through the school board, the budget committee, and various other open elected positions as we go along through this morning. My name is Joe Paradis, and I'm the chairman of the town council for the next 29 days, and I am hosting this year's forum. We've convened this forum on a Saturday to really allow all those who are interested in and have bravely stepped forward to seek their fellow citizens' approval for the privilege of serving our town in the public forum. It is indeed a privilege, too, and I hope everyone will look at it that way, although you may not believe that as you continue through your public service, because you'll always have the ups and downs of the way things go. But your term as an elected official in Londonderry will provide you one of the most rewarding opportunities, for those of you that don't know that, for community service that you could ever provide. You'll be faced with constant challenges. You'll have some difficult decisions to make. You may on occasion find yourself in conflict with people who are your friends, but that's just the way that this goes. In the end, it's your ability to act fairly and for the rights of the citizens of this town that will determine how you really set your goals for this term that you're applying for. This forum is your opportunity to provide the people of Londonderry with insight on you as a candidate and as a person. So I wish you all good luck as we go through this forum. Few rules. This isn't a debate, so what's actually going to happen is please speak to the person who's asking you the question, not necessarily to one another, okay, as we go along. We're going to give you each a minute for each of you candidates to give us a little bit of background information about yourselves, and then we'll have questions from our press panelists here. They're going to ask maybe 2 or 3 questions each, and they're going to ask the same question to all of you, so it'll be fair all the way around. Then we'll take some questions from the public. I was hoping we'd take a half a dozen of those questions. It looks like we'll be able to get that in, given the crowd that we have here. First, I'd like to introduce you to our panel of journalists. This is Bill Gilman, from the Derry News. And we have April Gilmet. Did I get that right, April?
Yes.
Okay, from the Londonderry Times, and Tret Spinner from the Union Leader. First, we have up here is the town council candidates. This is a 3-year term, and we have 5 folks that are vying for 2 vacant seats. So with that background information there, I don't really want to put a time limit on this as far as yapping, but if we start yapping more than a couple of minutes over each question, then I'll kind of give you a sign to just tone it down, and we'll go on to the next person. So if we could, let's go in order. Let's start with you, Bill, for the first question to the candidate.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Do you want intros?
Excuse me. Let's do intros. Thank you. That's why Mike is in this. So.
No, it was all of us said that.
We were all ready to come
You
over.
were changing on the fly, Joe. I thought you were just changing.
That's right.
I can certainly
All
do
right,
that.
Mike, if you could start off and just give us a little bit of a 1-minute intro on yourself.
Okay. Thank you, Joe. And thanks for putting this together. Appreciate it very much. My name is Mike Brown. I am a Londonderry resident for 17 years now. Married with 2 kids in the Londonderry schools. I'm a member of St. Jude Parish. I also am a member of the Londonderry Taxpayers Association. I host and produce a Focus on Londonderry cable show, which I truly enjoy. And I also happen to write a monthly column for the Derry News under the Our Towns banner. I'm employed as a project manager in a software company down in Massachusetts. My background and vision is quite simple. I strongly believe that all of us should strive to give back to our community in whatever way we can. It just so happens that my contributions to Londonderry have come by way of public service and civic responsibility, which I'm a strong proponent of, and I view this volunteer effort as a duty that is both honorable and important. Having served a successful 3-year term on the town council from 2002 to 2005, I believe I'm intimately aware of what it takes to serve in this very important capacity on behalf of all the residents and taxpayers of Londonderry. And my vision for this wonderful community then and now is exactly the same. I'm going to represent the best interests of all of our residents in a fiscally responsible fashion and ensure that our residents retain the high quality of life and rural aesthetics that brought most of us here. I would appreciate your vote on Tuesday, March 11th, and I'll see you at the polls. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Mike. Mr. Carrier.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. I appreciate the opportunity to speak to the citizens of Londonderry. My name is Michael Carrier, and I am asking for your support in electing me to the Londonderry Town Council. I have been a Londonderry resident for almost 30 years. I am married and have 4 children. I am running for town council because I believe I can make a difference. I believe I can make a difference now, and I believe I can make a difference for Londonderry's future. There are 4 fundamental components to why I'm running for town council. I want to stabilize and minimize the tax impact relative to the services being provided. I want to maintain Londonderry's rural character and quality of life. I also want to maintain the excellent town services and educational services that Londonderry currently has. And finally, I want to provide a broader perspective, a broader view on the decisions that need to be made for Londonderry, not only now, but in the future. I am positive, energetic, and confident that Londonderry will move in the right direction. I'm also positive and energetic and confident that Londonderry is one of the best communities in New Hampshire. I believe in governing with common sense, open communication, and with respect. I appreciate the opportunity to serve as your town council member if elected, and I am looking forward to your support. Please vote for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. Mr. DeMarco.
Thank you, Joe. My name is Paul DeMarco. I moved to town in the summer of 2000 after accepting a job transfer from Pennsylvania to Boston. When I was in Pennsylvania, I served 5 years on the planning commission of my township that I lived in there. I chose New Hampshire because of its higher quality of life, its respect for personal freedom, and its lower crime. And I chose Londonderry specifically because I was very impressed with the character of this town and its charm and its great schools. I am married. I have a single child, a son who's in the middle school in Londonderry. We go to St. Mark's Parish in the southern part of town. I am also involved around town with the Boy Scouts and with Londonderry Alert Emergency Response, the Londonderry Emergency Response Team. As far as my experience within the town, I served on the CIP committee several years ago, participated in the Open Space Task Force, and I'm currently on the Emergency Management Council as the secretary. Also, I've been on the planning board for nearly 5 years. I currently serve as its secretary. So I am running because I want to serve you, the people of Londonderry, and I want to give back to our great town. I feel almost as if I have a civic duty to do so. If elected, I will work with my fellow town councilors, town staff, other community leaders, to the best of my ability, in the spirit of doing what is best for the citizens of this town and keeping Londonderry a great place to live. I will not take decisions lightly. I will carefully review all available options and data before making a decision that affects you. I thank you. I ask you for your vote, and please go out and vote on March 11th and on March 15th at town meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Mr. O'Keefe.
Thank you. Thank you for holding this forum. My name's Sean O'Keefe. I've been a resident for about 30 years in the town of Londonderry. Moved up here from Massachusetts with my parents and brothers. Been married 21 years. I have a 17-year-old daughter who drives me nuts. I have been involved now in town politics for approximately 2 years, a little over. Right now, I currently serve as the vice chair of the budget committee. Was on the IT study committee to see if we can sync up some of the synergies of town and school services eventually, and also the housing task force. I'm fiscally conservative, and that's kind of a word that I don't take lightly. When I say it, I mean I am. I really want to look for ways to think outside the box to be able to save taxpayers' money, as well as maintain a high standard of services. I ask for your vote on March 11th, and like my fellow candidates, I think that it's very important to serve the community and get out and vote, and also to step up to the platform and be able to participate in your form of government. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Sean. Mr. Vermillion.
Thank you, Joe. My name is Gary Vermillion. I've been a resident for 5 years now in Londonderry, moved in the summer of 2003. I have a wife and a son that goes to North School, which we moved to this community for the schools. They are a wonderful part of this town. I am a member of